What is up, you bunch of Game Boy colours? It's your favourite VWQ here, VWQ Gaming, and today I've got a class set up for you for the Skorpion Evo. I'll run through it quickly now. I've got two attachments, the Silencer and the Fast Mag, secondary Cat 40, perk 1 Hardline, perk 2 Toughness and Scavenger, perk 3 Dexterity, Lethal is about to Betty, and the wild card of course is the perk 2 Greed. If you would prefer, you could substitute the Betty for a C4, and you could also stick in a Tactical Insurgent for the secondary if that's your playstyle. I'll pop in all these details in the description if you want to read up on them, and if that's all you wanted to know, then you can go ahead and leave this video now. If you want to see the gameplay and a thorough breakdown of this class, then please continue to watch. Now, it's no secret that the Skorpion Evo is not the greatest gun in the world. I'm not here to hype it up or promote it. It's not nearly my favourite SMG, but right now I'm trying to complete all of the SMG challenges for my diamond camo, and I've been trying to work out the class setups for the less popular guns to try and make them perform effectively. The Skorpion Evo does have one particular stat that is superior to all the other machine guns on the game. Because of its high fire rate and its high bullet damage, it actually has the fastest time to kill your enemy. In a one-on-one gunfight, provided you know how to aim a gun properly, obviously, the only gun that beats this weapon are the shotguns. The problem is with this gun is managing the high fire rate and recoil, which ties into its poor performance at anything other than close range. The first thing I would say about using this gun is use it only when you intend to play in close quarters combat. Don't use it in big open maps. Try and stay in tight gaps, because that's when this gun can really be effective. As soon as you go into medium range combat, unless you're a good player, you're pretty much screwed. If you do get into medium range gunfight, I would recommend getting into cover or firing in small bursts to try and manage that recoil. It's not just the map that matters as well, also choosing the right game type, like kill confirmed, I would recommend personally, since it relies on being close to your enemies and picking up the tags. So that's the gun itself. Let's move on to the class. The insanely fast fire rate combined with the clip size of only 32 means you're going to run out of bullets fast. Which brings me to my first attachment, the Fast Mag. This is an absolutely necessary attachment since you're going to be reloading all the time. Since not only will you be firing so many bullets so quickly, but it's also going to be likely that you're going to miss like a fair few shots, since it's not the most accurate gun in the world. Now, I like to combine this with the Silencer so I can get up close and personal to the other team without drawing too much attention to myself. But if you're not like a huge fan of the Silencer, I would advise you switch to either the foregrip or the long barrel, so you can try and account for the downfalls this gun has at medium range. Perk 1 is Hardline. I personally love Hardline because it takes off 20% of the score requirements for each score streak, and when you're using a gun like this that is pretty much only effective at rushing, it's likely that you'll die a lot, so it's pretty key to make sure your score streaks are easy to get as possible, but I'll cover my score streaks a bit later. Next up is perk 2, which I have two of, with the perk 2 Greed wildcard. Toughness is a perk I use on every one of my classes, as it helps you to win those gunfights and keeps your aim focused on the enemy that's shooting at you. This is particularly effective with the Skorpion Evo, since the accuracy is pretty bad anyway. You need to keep your aim good and getting those shots on targets, getting the hit markers and getting the kills. The other perk 2 I'm using is Scavenger, which is so important on the Skorpion Evo. Like I mentioned earlier, this class eats through magazines like there's no tomorrow. You're going to be using up so many bullets, and the amount they give at you at the start is never really going to be enough, unless you plan on dying immediately after each kill, which I wouldn't really recommend as a decent plan of action, to be honest. Perk 3 is Dexterity. I find it useful to raise my weapon fast, since I'm going to be running around a lot with this class. Get your weapon raised as quickly as possible, but it's also useful for when you're rushing. You're always trying to find the quickest routes to different areas of the map, and you're going to be doing a lot of climbing, and Dexterity speeds climbing up like so much. It's awesome. But I guess out of the four perks I use, either this or Hardline could maybe be substituted if you're desperate for a different perk, maybe if you wanted extreme conditioning and lightweight on, but these four are the ones I would personally recommend. For the equipment, I've chosen the Bouncing Betty, as you can just throw these in like major walkways that people go through a lot. So try and pick up a few extra kills while you're just running around playing normally. I know a lot of people prefer a C4, and so do I sometimes, to be honest. So either of those two is incredibly effective in this class, so just choose whichever you prefer out of the two. And finally, there's the choice of the Cat 40 or the Tactical Insurgent. Now, I never use the Tactical Insurgent unless I'm playing with guys I know and trust to play well, since usually the people you play with online aren't the greatest. They play selfishly, don't really care about the team, the tactics, or winning for that matter, and the spawns will change so much that you're just inviting extra deaths upon yourself. Also, it consumes a little more time laying them down, and with this class I like to be rushing straight in there, getting as much score per minute as possible. The Cat 40 I like to use as a backup, like in emergencies, just in case my gun runs out of ammo, because like I keep saying, the ammo consumption on this gun isn't ideal. Finally, I'll explain my score streaks. I've kept them low because using a rushing class like this is high risk, so you're going to find yourself dying a lot. It's pretty hard to get those big kill streaks. The lightning strike is fast and effective, much faster to use than the Hellstorm missile. You'll just need to click a couple of times and play on, and then you're getting some kills. You need that kind of speed in a rushing class. The sentry gun you'll usually unlock at the same time as your lightning strike, and you can just stick it down somewhere wide open to try and frustrate your enemies and channel them to play in the tighter areas of the map. If you put in a nice wide open map, you can force people into the tight areas of the map, which is what you need to do. So you can kill them in the close combat. You can also pick up a few extra kills on the way, which is also useful. Finally, I'm using the Orbital VSAT, which is, in my opinion, the best score streak if you want to get good score per minute. It's also so awesome if you're using a short-range gun, because you can just fearlessly run around the other team's spawn, picking off enemies one by one, and there's nothing they can do about it. I managed to get 4 Orbital VSATs in this gameplay, and once you get one, you can pretty much cycle and get one after the other with the gun kills you're getting alongside with the VSAT assist. So overall, a good close combat gun, terrible at everything else pretty much. Stay in close quarters and you can get yourself a ton of kills and an amazing score per minute. If you like this video, click the like button. It's the obvious thing to do really, and if you really like this video, well, unfortunately there isn't a really like button, so I guess you'll just have to click the subscribe button instead. What a shame. Oh well, thanks for watching guys. I've been VWQ Gaming. Goodbye and good luck. You'll need it.